Hello and welcome to Tash Talks, the live show. Can you believe it? This is episode 17. Oh, wow. I have literally just landed off the plane. Well, actually a couple of hours ago, last night. And I'm feeling refreshed, rejuvenated, like I am good to go. I'm really excited. As per every single Friday, I am here to deliver some juiciness, some realness, some true valuable content where you're like, wow, thank you so much, right? A few things before we start. If you are new here, hey, welcome to the Soulful Badass Facebook group. I am so excited to have you here. And just so you know, we are here every Friday at the same time, every single week. Now, I just want to get some questions up that my team have sent me over. Amazing. So before we kick off, I just want to kind of give you a brief overview of what's kind of going on in the behind the scenes of NCC. Like I mentioned, just got off an incredible holiday. I with my husband off to Spain for 5 days, which was just incredible. So that was amazing. I am very excited. I actually really like how we've done this trip because we left Saturday really early last Saturday morning and then got back late last night. I mean, we were delayed, so it was later than normal, but I actually really like the fact that I'm going into a Friday because I have so much incredible stuff coming up today, and then it kind of goes into the weekend. It's just, I don't know, it's just a really different vibe and I'm here for it. I'm loving it. Really exciting news that Conscious Coach round 3 is open for enrollment. Like, this just amazes me. And it's at pre-sale at the moment because it's early bird. We don't start until mid-June. So getting now, because you get £500 off before the price goes up. Yes. So it's definitely, if this has been something that you've been on the fence about, you know, you're thinking, love to, but whatever that may be, then I really do urge you to send me a DM. Like, tell me what the but is, right? It may not be the right program for you. I'm nearly certain it is, because this isn't about where you are in business, what level you're at. It really does not matter. I've had clients come into it that haven't even just started their business, and at the end of it signed a paying client, got themselves into a magazine. You know, I've had clients completely and utterly change their whole relationship, their marriage, better relationships with their children. I've had clients manifest huge amounts of money. I've had clients scale their business from it. It really doesn't matter what level in business you are. This is a real about going inwards. And what I teach in regards to my method is the ACI method. It really is about the awareness of the subconscious, awareness of being a scientist, awareness of where you are right now and how to change that. And then we go to the deeper level, which is the clearing, you know, the inner child work, the real kind of deep shadow work that we do to really clear it out. We're not here to just put some affirmations over the top of some cracks that you're feeling right now and then just hope for the best. Like, no, this is about deep inner work that actually creates huge transformation. And this is why, because nothing we do is skipped over. And then the I is the identity, really stepping into that best version of yourself and knowing, being kind of going hand in hand with human design and understanding you, yourself, in order for you to then be that best version of yourself in business, with money, in your relationships, just as a soul. And that's why I feel like this is my called work, because this is absolutely changing lives. And I really hope that you are coming forward and coming into that next live round. I do all this live. For me right now, my business, I absolutely can make Conscious Coach like a self-study program as well. I don't want to. I love the live of it. I love the liveness of it. I love the live activations that we do. I love the fact my clients come onto the calls and go, this is the limiting belief that I am struggling with right now. And I've been struggling with it for X amount of years, and we shift it. And at the end of the session, they're like, I feel clear. I feel shifted. I feel lighter. I'm like, what did you actually do? I'm like, chef's kisses to that. So that's what's kind of the really exciting news at the moment. So you are the first to hear, and I'll be announcing it now on Instagram later. And then we've got some exciting stuff coming up next week. I'm going to be doing a free series in the group, exactly where you are right now. I'm going to be sending you out DMs to remind you. If you're not already in the Soulful Badass messaging group, definitely get yourself in there, because you get all the reminders and there's a great community, and it just kind of takes it offline to it kind of feels like it's going from online to offline. Of course, it's still online, but it feels differently. It lands differently. So definitely get yourself inside of there. All the details of when I'll be going live, the times of it, next week will be coming up, and I'll also send emails out. So I got you covered. But next week, we're really going to be deep diving into basically what I teach in Conscious Coach. I'm really kind of deep diving into where you are right now, why you're feeling stuck, and how to shift through those. So it's definitely something you do not want to miss. Without further ado, let's kick off. Let's go. So first question, just seen you were on holiday. Would love to know, do you work on holiday? Do you still do your morning routine? And do you seriously work out on holiday? Great questions. Yes and no, it depends. So do I still work on holiday? It depends what you count as work. Like, I didn't have any of like live calls whilst I was away. No. Do I still do my social media, check in with my one-on-one clients, check in with my team, and be present on social media? Yes. So if you call that work, then yes, absolutely. I don't actually feel that that is work. I feel like it's a part of who I am. It's a part of the side to business that I believe is really as important as touch base with your clients. So I don't believe that I'm like, oh, I've got to work on holiday. I also don't feel that holidays are limited. So travel is a huge thing for me, and I love to travel. So if that means that I can combine traveling with working, then to me, it just feels like a win-win. Do I still do my morning routine on holiday? Absolutely. Like, this is a part of me, and something I'll be teaching on next week in regards to identity. Like, that is who I am. I have installed into this computer that my morning routine, that time to pause, that time to not think or do and just be, is extremely important. So it doesn't matter if I'm about to come into the office and start a full day of coaching calls or creating social media or doing live shows or podcast interviews, or if I am, going to sunbathe all day. Like, it's a part of who I am. So of course I'm going to do that before. So if that means that I stick to my morning routine and get up earlier, then that's what I'm going to do. So yes, in answer to that question. And do I seriously work out on holiday? Yes. There's been holidays that we've brought our gym stuff with the intention to, and we haven't. But this holiday we did. Like, it's also in a real ease and flow. It's not, we've got to train, let's get ourselves to the gym. It's, do we feel like it? Oh yeah, let's absolutely. It excited us. We drove and we found this really cool Olympic gym where the Olympians have trained. So yeah, it was really cool and exciting, and then you just feel great as well. It just sets you up for the day, doesn't it? And life is about balance. So then when you're going to go and literally eat your body weight in tapas, drink sangria, rioja, then going to the gym and releasing some energy is just incredible. So yes, I do. And it's really strange. I actually used to think of those people that used to work out on holiday. They're crazy. Like, this is holiday. It's time to like not work and switch off and da. But now I get it. When I love what I do, I love to take care of my body as well as my mind. It's extremely important. It's a part of who I am. So then, yeah, I do. Okay, question. What if your dreams actually really scare you? Do you still go for them? I mean, absolutely. Feeling scared of your dreams isn't a bad thing. It just means that you're dreaming big, and that's incredible. Something I teach my clients in regards to building confidence to get to your dreams. What you could do is you have your big dream up there, and then we can kind of bring some targets closer, so you get really confident at smashing those goals. So that goal up there doesn't feel too like, because you want it to feel possible. That's key. You don't want it to be up there and it's this big dream and you think, oh my God, I'll never do that. It's impossible. You don't want to do that. You want it to feel like it's a stretch, it's an edge, but it's absolutely possible. And that's always great to look at others that have achieved that, whether it be a monetary goal, whether it be a certain level in business, a way you do business. There's always examples out there. So look for those examples that are going to show you that big dream Like, I'll never forget when, let's say, my first dream was 100K. Well, it wasn't my first dream, but like one of my bigger dreams was to get to 100K, to the six figures. And then what I'd done was to really stretch myself. I would then look at other people that were making 100K every quarter, 100K every month, 100K every week, 100K every day, 100K in one transaction. So all of a sudden, my big dream of making 100K, actually, it actually really is possible, because there's some people making 100 in one transaction. You're Well, I'm not sure what happened there. Okay, still looks like we're going live. Okay, great. We're back. We are back. Let me get the questions up. So yeah, so I remember when something that used to really scare me was driving and doing my driving test. I was like, oh my goodness, how can I ever see myself driving, and how am I ever going to get over these nerves, and what if I'm not confident enough? And mine has ever had evidence of, I failed my first driving test because I was too slow. So I could have gone back through the past and looked at all the evidence of how I was going to fail again, because that's all mind knew. And instead I looked at people that were driving really safely and driving that had passed second time, third time, fourth time round, people that started off that were really nervous and really confident drivers. I kept feeding myself with the evidence. Now, if we were never to do anything that was to scare us, I don't think we'd do anything. Like, if you think about, the first time, second time, third time, you become a mum, a parent. If you allowed the scaredness to stop you, then none of us would do it. What about falling in love? How scary is that you can feel that you're giving your heart to someone, especially if your heart's been broken? How scary is it, when you make your first investment, you're like, oh my goodness, am I going to make it back? Right? We just wouldn't do anything. We wouldn't cross a road. We wouldn't ever go out shopping. We wouldn't do those types of things if we allowed the scaredness to hold us back. So I feel the fear and freaking do it anyway. Absolutely. And I think one thing that RRT has taught me and taught my clients is how to hold fear and not let fear consume you and control you, and allow it to kind of consume you. So yeah. Okay, next question. Oh, it's quite linked. What do you do when you feel so scared to take the next step? I do it anyway. I take the next step scared, petrified, unsure, uncomfortable. I just take the leap. I think literally it's just as simple as that. Because I'd ask myself, where is staying stuck? Where is contemplating? Where is waiting? Where is staying comfortable? Where's that going to get me? Because the dreams, goals, and aspirations that I have, I'm never going to get there if I stay here, if I stay small, stuck, consumed, scared, fearful. You've got to feel the fear and freaking do it anyway. And it ties into the question I got asked before about feeling the fear. Are you always just going to because I do believe how you do one thing, you do everything. How you make one decision, you make every decision. So ask yourself, where are you playing small? Where are you staying stuck? And where has it got you? And then look at the times where you took the leap. Do you not think it was so scary the first time I invested into our first home? Of course it was. It was a huge amount of money. There's always the risk that, what if the house doesn't make money? What if it was a bad move? What if you lose the business, lose your jobs, and you can't afford the mortgage anymore? Like, there's all these things that could absolutely stop people from making decisions. But if we hadn't, we would never have had that house. We would never have made equity. We'd never have maybe able to move. So you can stay stuck. You can stay looking at your money in your bank. Where's that going to get you? It's not going to get you wealthy. It's not going to get you a house. It's not going to get you the life that you want. Or you can feel the freaking fear and do it anyway. And also, I feel like I have now taught myself from all the mistakes that I've made, for all the terrible things and situations that have happened, I've built resilience towards that. I've built my confidence with it. I've built my conviction with it. So I feel like the only way you're going to do that is when you do stretch yourself, when you make those decisions and you feel fear. For example, you may have seen an Insta stories that I done. I think I actually done an Insta live about it. Actually, this was the Insta live that I had done twice, and it just literally just disappeared, like the strangest thing ever. So anyway, I was like, let's just leave the story there. So you probably wouldn't have heard it on Instagram. You may have heard it in here. And it was me talking about how we'd gone to the theme park for the day and was having the most incredible fun day. And then all of a sudden, Michael said, oh, this is the next ride. And I was like, it was that high. No lie. It literally, and if you're listening to this and not being able to see what I'm doing, I'm literally, my eyes are rolling up right all the way up to the sky, like I'm getting a neck ache because it's that high. That is how high this ride was. Was I scared? Absolutely. Like, so scared. My palms were sweating. My body was shaking. My heart was pounding, like it was pounding so fast. And so it felt like it was out of body. Like, that's how it felt. I was so scared. And when I get scared, I get quiet. Surprisingly, can you even imagine me being quiet? But yeah, I get so quiet. And Michael kept saying, are you okay? And I'm like, mm-hmm. I was like that. And then I turned to him in the queue and I kept looking at him. And all I kept thinking was everything that was going wrong. Every possible situation that could go wrong, which all of them resulted in me dying. I turned to him and I said, I can't do this. I can't go on this ride. And he just looked at me and he was like, wow, this is everything you teach about. This is your lesson. I'm like, yeah, I'm a badass. I teach people how to hold fear. I can hold fear in business. I can hold fear in relationships. I can hold fear in conversations. Why can't I hold fear now? So I literally had a moment to myself. I'd done some RRT and I was like, boom. Now listen, what the RRT was able to do was neutralize how I was feeling. Okay. That's what it was able to do. Hence why I was able to neutralize the feeling of fear. So it wasn't consuming my whole body. I was able to get on that ride and have the best, I think it's something like 28 seconds of my life, right? It was incredible. Now, if I hadn't of gotten over myself, held the fear, done the RRT, then there's no way I would have experienced that ride ever. So my point is, I would have lost out on that incredible experience of that ride because I let fear hold me back, because I let my fear, my thoughts, literally the lies convince my body of how this was the bad idea and I was going to die. And then I would never experience the joy. So it's up to you. You can let fear consume you or you can hold fear. It's literally up to you. Staying in your comfort zone isn't going to get you a dream life. Just saying. Hashtag sorry, not sorry. You speak about being overdoing the soul, then the strategy, which is so refreshing to hear from a business coach. Thank you. What if you are spending too much time in the soul work that you don't actually do any of the doing, the practical work or the strategy? This is where I am now. Well done. Firstly, the fact that you are aware of that you are spending far too much time in the being and not doing, you're in the soul, which is incredible. But then you have to marry that with a strategy, not doing that. The fact you have awareness of this is key. Some people literally, habitually, they're just going around, don't know why this isn't working. Well, because you're not taking action. I say this all the time. You can't just meditate to millions. It can't happen. So I think the fact you've got awareness of it now is where your coach is going to give you a kick up your booty and go, this is where we take the action. And I want you to ask, because there'll be a reason. I want you to ask yourself, why you are not doing the strategy. We want to address the problem. Is it because you don't actually know what to do? You don't know which strategy. I mean, there's so many different strategies that you can do. Is it because you don't know? You don't know how to implement it. You don't know where to start. You don't know the step by step. You don't know what you actually like and not like doing. Like, what it actually is it about the strategy? Because if it's that, that's the really easy part. Because then you just hire help. You literally just hire somebody that is going to, a coach, i.e. someone like me, that is going to be able to teach you the strategy. But more importantly, and this is why I don't just do a cookie cutter strategy, that aligns to you and your feeling. And I don't want to give you a hardcore strategy. If you really love working in ease and flow, then I've got the perfect strategies to do for you, right? So that's firstly. But then what we want to address is, I feel like there'll be some underlying fear there, because the being and the understanding, is there fear that you're not healed? Is there fear that you need to do some more work on yourself before you are worthy of this, or worthy of receiving? Is there fear that you're a failure? Is there fear that you'll be judged? Is there fear that you'll be so successful and this will absolutely work out for you? Where is the fear? Because there's feelings and sensations in your body that is actually then keeping you stuck. So what my best advice to you is, go away and journal and ask yourself those two questions. Like, what is it about the strategy that scares me? Like, what actually is it? And then what I would say to yourself is, what is it about the strategy? Is it the not knowing? Is it you don't know how to do it? Like, and then you can actually literally do an action plan after that to get you to where you need to get to, hiring a coach, for example. Okay. Okie dokie. Right. Last question. What is your best advice to increase your prices? Okay. This is a really challenging question, because like how I teach and coach my clients may be very different to how other coaches do it, but it's also very bespoke to them. So if somebody came in and they were really new to coaching, let's say they're a coach, and they were like, right, I want to go in and I want to charge £10,000 for my services, but they'd never ever charged before. Well, firstly, we've got to bridge that gap energetically, because you're not used to charging your prices. Then you want to go straight up to 10K. Like, you have to build the conviction and the confidence to get you there. And that takes courage. How we build that is like incremental steps to get you to that point. Like, I didn't go from £40 an hour to then charging 20K. Like that's not how it works. I'd done it in steps to build my confidence, build my testimonials, build my client reviews, and like build my own, like, yeah, I can freaking do this. So I think is the confidence there. Another thing to look at is the demand there. Like, I would say to my client that is fully booked one-on-one to absolutely raise their prices, because the whole point of one-on-one, it isn't to offer to everybody. One-on-one isn't for everybody. It's like, the stat is like 5% of your audience. Okay. It's the top part of your triangle. Also, you can't scale one-on-one, because you're literally exchanging your time for money. That's when you want to look at like group programs, membership sites, online courses, masterminds, those types of things. So look at, is the demand there? Is the demand there? Are you fully booked? Are people absolutely just like desperate to work with you? Because if it is, then yeah, you absolutely want to do that. One of my clients was fully booked. And then what she was doing was, she was fully booked, so she was capped at what she could earn, because she wasn't doing any of the other things. And those clients that she was working with were just continuously, because they loved working with her, continuously just re-signing at the same price point. She had a lot of fear around, could she up her prices with her current clients? Now, of course, midway through, absolutely not. They've paid, they've committed to that. You absolutely don't do that. Once you then come to the end of the 3 months of working together, that's then when you have that conversation. Listen, to carry on, my new prices is this. It's down to your clients then, if they want to continue with that and they want to up their price. Once we worked on clearing that fear around that for her, she absolutely upped her prices. Near enough, I'd say 80% of her current clients that she had re-signed with her at the new price point, like didn't even bat an eyelid. Those that didn't, we then created a group program that could come into that, and she sold that out. So is the confidence there? That second one, is the demand there? And 3, I'd say, is the desire there? The fact that you're asking me, I would suggest to me that the desire is there for you to increase your prices. Then do it. And make sure you're really intentional around the next price point, like feeling to it. Like, this isn't just like plucking a number out from your head. You really do want to feel into this next price point for you and what feels good for you to say the price, what feels confident. I remember when I first started and people would ask me my price and I would say £40 an hour, and I'd be shaking. Like, I would be so scared. And I had so much rejection from people saying, oh, I can't afford that. That's too expensive. And these were one-off coaching sessions. And then as I built my prices to what they are now, you know, to work with me 3 months currently is 7,500. I don't bat an eyelid, right? I have been doing this 6 years, and it doesn't even matter how long you can do it. Because I've got clients that are charging, you know, high ticket prices, and they've only been doing this a year, but we've built their confidence. We've literally shifted through all the bullshit that's keeping them back. I didn't have that when I first started. They're also getting their amazing client results very, very quickly from their beliefs being shifted. So this is why RRT is really important, because not only do we clear it in ourselves, but then makes us a magnet to our ideal clients. They're coming in. We're not even having to like talk or sell too much because they're feeling the energy of us. So, I mean, I could talk about how incredible RRT is all day, but I really feel that you need to tap into that price point and really build that confidence up to that level. And that comes with you smashing those targets to get there, making it so about your ideal clients, like focusing on them getting incredible results, attracting dreamy ideal clients that are going to get results, not taking just any clients on just for money. Like this, you know, the reason you're working one-on-one with someone, you know, it's your highest, closest proximity to you. You want to make sure your energies are focused. So for me, someone to come and work one-on-one with me, like, I want to find out more information about them. I want to, you know, we're back and forth in the DMs. We may have a call, we may not. Like it to me, it's really important that I really get to know this person. And lots of times they've been in my world, whether they've come into the tribe or they've done a one-off business intensive or a power hour, or they've been in conscious coach and then they want to upgrade to the VIP. So I already really know them anyway. And if I don't, and they're new to my world, I've seen them commenting, I've seen them in my Facebook groups. We might have exchanged conversations before. And I can really sense the energy. And then that's when I would say, okay, brilliant, we're a right fit. Something you need to learn when it comes to the energy of money is not all money is great money. And there's no amount of money that is worth feeling pressure, you not enjoying what it is that you're doing, someone's that's going to create frustration in your business because you want to create the result more than what they actually want it. Like, aligning to your dreamy ideal clients is extremely important in business. Like, don't ever overrule this and be like, oh, well, 5K would be nice, or it'd mean that I'd hit my 20K goal for the month for some 4 clients like this. Like, no, you do not want to do that. Okay. So yeah, to round that up, that is my best advice to increase your prices. Make sure your confidence is there, make sure the demand is there, and make sure, most importantly, the desire is there to actually do it. So I hope you have loved Tash Talk Show. I hope you have gotten so much golden nuggets from it. Do not forget, you can DM the team, Team NCC, or you can email into help@natashaclarkcoaching.com. Put in your questions, and then my team will pick ones out. Now, if your question hasn't been answered in today's session, do not worry. We've got so many more sessions to do that. I kind of like to kind of hit, if I can, on different kind of areas. So if your question hasn't been answered yet, do not worry. It will be in the foreseeable future. Go and have the most incredible day. And remember, you are a freaking badass. Bye-bye.